King David, a man after God's own heart, stumbled.
He looked upon Bathsheba, a married woman, with lust.
His desire consumed him.
David, blinded by power, acted recklessly.
He abused his authority, taking Bathsheba as his own. David's actions had devastating consequences. His family was torn apart, his kingdom was weakened, his sin left a stain on his legacy. David's story is a timeless warning. It reminds us that even the most righteous are capable of falling. Sadly, history repeats itself, and the echoes of past transgressions resonate through the ages. We see echoes of David's sin in the modern church, where the misuse of power continues to cast a long shadow.
Leaders entrusted with spiritual authority sometimes betray that trust, leading to devastating consequences for their congregations.
They misuse their power, exploiting their positions for personal gain, leaving a trail of pain and brokenness that affects countless lives. News stories shock us with reports of financial misconduct, revealing the dark side of those we once trusted. We hear whispers of sexual abuse, hidden for years, shattering the faith of many. The manipulation of followers using fear and guilt is a silent plague that erodes the very foundation of trust. These acts are a betrayal of God and a deep wound to the church, leaving scars that may never fully heal. Financial misconduct is a grievous sin that undermines the very essence of faith and trust within a religious community. Leaders who steal from their congregations rob from God Himself, betraying the sacred duty entrusted to them.
They exploit the generosity of believers, using funds for personal gain and leaving the community in disillusionment and despair.
This betrayal of trust shakes the foundation of trust, causing irreparable damage to the faith of many. Sexual abuse is a horrific violation that shatters lives and destroys the sanctity of the church. It leaves scars that run deep in the souls of victims, often leading to a lifetime of pain and suffering. Whether by clergy or within the congregation, it is a darkness that must be brought into the light, confronted and eradicated. Silence only protects the abuser, allowing the cycle of abuse to continue unchecked. Spiritual manipulation is subtle but equally damaging, eroding the spiritual well-being of individuals. Leaders who use fear, guilt, or shame to control their followers are not following Christ's example, but rather they're leading them astray. True leadership empowers, encourages, and uplifts, fostering a community of love, trust, and mutual respect. Section 4, the foundation of trust accountability in sacred spaces. Accountability is essential for a healthy church.
Leaders are not above reproach. They must be held to a higher standard.
Transparency in financial dealings is crucial. Clear policies and procedures can help prevent abuse.
Congregations must be vigilant. They should not be afraid to ask questions and demand answers.
Whistleblowers should be protected and supported.
Churches must be safe spaces, where victims feel empowered to come forward.
Section 5. Protecting the flock. A call for ethical leadership. In these challenging times, the need for ethical leadership has never been more critical. We must learn from the mistakes of the past, understanding the lessons they offer.
David's story, though ancient, holds a powerful message. Power corrupts, and unchecked power can lead to devastating consequences, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. This is a timeless truth that we must always remember.
We must guard against the temptations that come with leadership, ensuring our actions reflect our values. Churches must be beacons of hope and healing, providing support and guidance to those in need.
We must protect the vulnerable and hold abusers accountable, creating a safe environment for all.
By embracing ethical practices and transparency, we can rebuild trust within our communities and restore the sanctity of our sacred spaces, ensuring they remain places of peace and reverence for future generations.